What's up, guys? My name is Eric. If you're new to my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. It's all about mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, having a little bit of fun, just making sure that nobody goes it alone. I am not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I am diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, GAD, MDD. I take meds. I've self-harmed before. I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict, and I also lost a wife and a father to suicide. It is my passion to help other people. And I like to share a lot of my experiences, especially when it comes to social media. One of the things I was asked to do is hacks on if you're ADHD. Being ADD, ADHD, however you want to state it, ADD is kind of being phased out. It's being more diagnosed as ADHD. There are like subcategories now to it, and it is a struggle. It is a mental illness out there that affects a ton. It doesn't have to be crippling though. It can be very frustrating, but doesn't have to be crippling. And I was asked what kind of hacks are there for ADHD. So I'm going to share with you 5 of the hacks that I use for ADHD. When you are ADHD, stimulants affect you differently. Coffee. Coffee in the morning helps me. Coffee throughout the day helps me. Stimulants slow us down instead of speed us up. It's one of the reasons I was a hardcore cocaine addict is because cocaine didn't amp me up. Cocaine slowed me down. Caffeine does the same thing. So if you are struggling, especially if you haven't taken your meds, if you forgot your meds, get some caffeine into your system. It will actually help you. It's one of probably the best hacks out there for ADHD. Now, it won't replace your meds by any means, but it will give you some temporary relief. It's for different people, of course, like anything else, you can build a tolerance up to caffeine. So if you're drinking a ton of caffeine, you're going to have to drink a ton of caffeine for it to end up helping you. So just be careful on that one. But caffeine is a great hack if you do have ADHD. I drink a lot of coffee. I enjoy the taste of it, and it helps. Another hack is if you are ADHD, a big one I like are fidget spinners. So when I work out of my house, but when I work, I actually keep fidget spinners and fidget cubes around me because I need to do something sometimes at the same time. Like I will literally zone out in my brain as I'm doing emails. If this is next to my computer desk, I will pick it up, a couple spins of this. I'm staring at it. Next thing you know, I'm going, wait a minute. Okay, let me get back to this. And it helps keep me on task. The biggest thing that I've learned is being ADHD is I got to stay in my seat. If I'm not in my seat and I start getting up and moving around, I'm going to start another task. So anything that I can do and stay in the same spot until I go, oh, I got to get back to this helps. So fidget spinners and fidget cubes definitely do help. They're easy. They're small. You're going to probably want to get a bunch of them because I go through them like mad crazy. Another hack, to-do list. Being ADHD, we get extremely unorganized, just like our thoughts are. If you do a to-do list and you write down exactly what you have to get done for the day and you prioritize it, it can help you keep on track a little bit easier because you just refer back to your list of what has to be done. It's one of those that structure and routine and to-do list help me out tremendously with my ADHD. I do take medication for it, but this is one of my big ones that really help me keep focused on it because it's all about keeping our thoughts going one way instead of being just misdirected by our thoughts over here and bouncing all around. So having a to-do list, prioritizing the day, keeping focused on this list, makes a huge difference. It helps with that whole disorganized, cluttered mess of thoughts and actions that we do. So creating a to-do list every day, it starts you in a routine and it gives you something to refer to for the whole day. It does make a huge fucking difference, believe me. Another one, I sit a lot because I do work from home. Wiggle seats. If you don't know what a wiggle seat is, I'll do actually a review on this. Here's another one. I had to get another one because I busted my old one. You actually inflate these and you put them on your seat and it allows you to move around. We fidget a lot when we have ADHD. We fidget a lot. So if you have something, I have different cushions and stuff on my seat that allow me to rock and move, feel the sensation of moving around. Keeps me in my seat. Again, the biggest thing that I found is I have to stay planted. I have to stay like grounded in a sense because as soon as I get up, I'm going to start other tasks. As soon as I start other tasks, it ruins everything because now I'm going to start another 10 tasks, not get back to originally what I was working on. So the longer I can stay in my seat and stay focused on what I'm working on, the easier it is. Wiggle seats are great because, I mean, you blow them up, you throw it down on your seat, and you sit there and you can kind of just move around, and it's like a fidget spinner but for your ass. As weird as it sounds, it really is. And it has this calming thing to it. So you can just move and sway around while you're working. Great, great, great hack. If you don't have one and you are ADHD and you do sit a lot, even at work, get yourself a wiggle seat. Trust me. Last one, meds. Don't forget your meds. If you have trouble remembering your meds, I do. I've had lots of trouble remembering my meds at times. Set alarms in your phone. My meds, I take 10 milligrams of Adderall at between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and then another 10 between 12 and 12:30. Set alarms in your phone. Don't forget your meds. This is the biggest hack of hacks because Adderall for me is a lifesaver. This is what keeps me focused. This is what helps me out the most. Missing my meds screws everything up. There's nothing worse than even forgetting your meds late and taking your meds 2 or 3 hours later, because now all of a sudden your meds aren't working in the day that you need it to work. Now all of a sudden at night they might be kicking in, and it's a whole complete different story. So don't forget your meds. Set alarms in your phone if you need to remember your meds, if you're having trouble until you get the routine down, but don't forget your meds. That is key. That is the biggest, best one of all, is not forgetting your meds. If you have questions, if you are ADHD, get with a therapist on it, get with a doctor on it, get diagnosed. It is often misdiagnosed with bipolar 1. There are a lot of similarities to it. And it just comes down to, you got this. Finding what works for you. It's trial and error to find out what works for you. I mean, that's why I started all this, to bridge the gap between a crisis hotline and therapy, of sharing tools and experiences of whatever it takes to make it through the day. Because let's face it, we're not taught a lot of this shit. And this was all trial and error for me. What works for me might not work for you. So find what works for you. It makes that difference. It's like having this huge aha breakthrough moment when you find out what works for you. Down below in the description, I do have links to different things of my social media if you need to reach out, if you need support. I do have links to the mental health Discord communities that I have down below, along with affiliate links to Amazon if you want to try and get yourself some fidget spinners, fidget cubes. I have some of what I use down there, along with even a link to BetterHelp. Trial and error to find out what therapy is like if you've never experienced therapy or if you need to get help. I mean, it's finding, again, what works for you. Because you're the most important person in the world. You're a BAMP. You're a badass motherfucker. You've made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today. You didn't come this far to only come this far. So hit that like and subscribe button. Let's do this together.